keeps this world alive. If you sing a song the way it was written, and you march along to the beat of the drum, someday soon you're gonna wake up singing, the battle is over, but the war goes on. The battle is over, but the war goes on. Wait a minute, Big Mama. Blues America will be right back.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Blues America is supported by Record High Vinyl Store in Phoenix, the place for serious music fans and vinyl collectors to find large quantities of first pressings, limited editions, box sets, audiophile, and vintage catalog, including blues, soul, jazz. They buy, sell, and trade, and offer vinyl cleaning and flattening service. Visit the store, located at 4242 East University Drive in Phoenix, or for more online at recordhighinphoenix.com. Like them on Facebook. Record High in Phoenix. Experience one of the last great record stores.
Hi there, this is B.B. King.
Hello, this is Jared Lawson.
This is Harold Windley once again from the Ink Spot.
Hey, y'all, this is Dave Riley.
Hi, this is Kelly Joe Phelps.
I'm Earl. And I am Arch.
This is Big Pete.
Why, hi there, this is Ruth Brown.
This is Missy Anderson.
Howdy, this is J.J. Graham Mofro.
This is Chico June, the blues man.
Hey, this is Ben Harper here.
I'm blues artist Paris James.
Hello, friends. This is Albert Goodhart.
Okay, I'm Willie Buck, and you listen to Blues America.
Blues America.
Blues America. Right now. Blues America with my man Drew.
Blues America.
Blues America. I got the blues. Blues America. 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 America.
The following message is brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Your stuff can be a resource for change. Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org.
Blues America is supported by the Rhythm Room. The world-famous and historical Rhythm Room Concert Club is Arizona's premier blues hotspot, hosting nightly live music. Located at 1019 East Indian School Road in Phoenix and online at www.rhythmroom.com.
Damn right we got the blues. Blues America. Right now.
Blues America, supported by the Southwest Musical Arts Foundation.
This is Blues America, and I'm your host, Drew Verbis. If you just tuned in, let me tell you what you're doing. I'm speaking with special guest, my mentor and blues hero, the critically acclaimed blues producer and harp master, Bob Corritore. Bob, you're the owner of the Rhythm Room Concert Club, and it would seem that has given you this wonderful advantage to bring the blues world to you and allow you to record your blues heroes. Eventually become this wonderful brand name yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's probably very few people that are booking. I eventually became the owner outright of the Rhythm Room. There are very few people that are in that position that are also band leaders and musicians and producers. And so I synergized all of those aspects, and as different artists would come through, I realized this might be my one shot to bring Jimmy Rogers into the recording studio. I ended up bringing him into the recording studio twice, but as you would work out the deals, you might be able to offer him a little bit more with some studio work. And it was something where I really tried to take advantage of that, especially with some of the artists very prone to playing with harmonica players, some of the greats. There's a bunch that got away that I never were able to record in their life that I wish I would have been able to, but I got so many. I'm sitting on master tapes of countless sessions of great things I was able to do. So I made that a priority in my life to try and document all that I could. While all that was going on, my parents were suffering some ill health at the twilight of their life, and I waited until both my dad and my mom had passed away before I put out my first release. My dad had died in 1994, my mom 1998. So in 1999, I put out All-Star Blues Sessions, somewhat shyly, wondering if I would find acceptance, because these were my little jewels that I had recorded over a number of years, and I put it out there into the world, and people said, "Who is this Bob Corritore? Who is this guy?" But they liked the record, and it led to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and I guess I found my place as a name brand in the blues at some point.
You've been doing radio for 20 years. Tell me about that.
I still love it. It's great. As busy as my life is, I get to have 5 hours with the music that I love the most. And, more than that, because it takes some time to prepare it and to go through and try and find new angles and new cuts and things like this. Drew and I right now are sitting in my living room, which is this monstrosity of a record collection. Tons of CDs and LPs and 45s and some 78s. And, I'm probably one of the few people in life that can say that I actually use all of them. So there's 3 full walls of floor-to-ceiling CDs and albums here that Drew's looking at right now. So, well, you see how all these shelves are now filled, and now they become piles on the floor?
Yeah, we need to build some more shelves for you.
Or just,
right here.
Just need to expand, and have a bigger place, or maybe, start finding some additional rooms to add on.
Absolutely.
You're listening to Blues America.
Made my home in Chicago, born in the Mississippi hills. Oh yeah. Made my home in Chicago. I was born in Mississippi hills.
Go don't. We've been talking about your roots and transition here to Phoenix, and in the past few years, you've developed another working relationship with a down-home blues artist on several collaborations, and of course, I'm speaking about local artist Dave Riley.
Dave's not really a local musician. He was born in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and then spent time in Chicago, and so he has elements of all of that. But Dave is one of the most down-home blues guys imaginable. We'll do shows, and oftentimes the majority of what we'll play will be in the key of E, open string, down-home country blues, and it's a real joy to play with Dave. He has a great sense of song. He's a storyteller, and he's a great songwriter. He understands hooks and all sorts of cool things. And on top of that, we enjoy each other as people. Dave is a little bit of a salty dog, and there's times in the 10 years of us playing together that we've, had our differences, and we both come from such different places. I'm definitely a city boy and he's definitely a country boy. So we've been head to head a few times on a few things, but, in the middle of it all, we do care very much for each other, and we know that when we get together to play music, it's a very, very special thing. So we cherish the ability to do that. And we put out 3 records together. The first one we almost did as an afterthought. I just enjoyed playing with Dave, and we went in the studio. And after we got done with the second session, we're like, Dave, I think we got a pretty good record here. You want to put it out? And he says, yeah, Bob, let's do that. So we put it out, and next thing you know, it's being very well received. So then we put out a second release and a third release. So the first release, Traveling the Dirt Road, that was really just a kind of fun release. And then we ended up, we were both in Memphis for the Blues Music Awards. We went just outside of Memphis to Walls, Mississippi, just a little bit past the Tennessee state line on the way to Tunica. And we went, Dave knew about this dirt road, so we took some photos there. Then Lucky to Be Living, Dave kind of did a tribute to Frank Frost in that. I think we covered 3 of his songs, and that was a kind of second release, took us to another place. And then we did the last record that we've done together, Hush Your Fuss, which was really basically mainly a songwriting record. I think there's 1 or 2 covers in there, and that's about it. And Dave and I wrote a bunch of songs together, so I got to explore my songwriting in there. Actually, I wrote 2 songs on my own. Dave wrote some on his own, but there's a number of songs that we wrote together where I'd come up with an idea, or Dave would, and we'd develop it into a song. We'd have a groove, we'd have a hook, and Dave is such a poet in the way he does some things. So we've been able to make some really fun songs, and it keeps growing from there. So Dave does live in Phoenix a good part of the year. He lives about 5 minutes away from me, and so if he's got a song he wants to work on, he can come right over. I have my guitar right here, and he's ready to go. So it's been one of those real joyous things that have happened in my life to have Dave Riley in it. And again, Dave is a gruff country boy, so there's times that we don't always see eye to eye, but in the end, when we get together to play blues, everything is right.
All of our lights in the building got the best of me. All the bright lights in big buildings, y'all, just as far as you can see. You can take me out the country, but you can't take the country out of me. Oh yeah, just can't do it, Bob.
Let's go back to talking about Bob Corritore, the solo artist, which is interesting because although you're comfortable being that role as a sideman, your name is on the album and you've really created a Bob Corritore sound and a brand. And I'm holding right now the Harmonica Blues album, and it's somewhat of a who's who of blues artists featuring Coco Taylor, Little Milton, Pinetop Perkins, Henry Gray, and on and on.
That record was 20 years in the making. The very first session was done 20 years before the last session, and so that was a collection of some of the best parts of my life, and the lineup is pretty amazing. If you think about Little Milton, Coco Taylor, Nappy Brown, Robert Lockwood, got our Phoenix guys in there, Big Pete Pearson and Chief Shibute Guillaume, Dave Riley is in there. Chico Chisholm plays drums on a bunch of things. My dear friend Louisiana Red is on there.
Bob Margolin.
Yes, Bob Margolin. There's all sorts of great artists on that, and Carol Fran is on there, and so many great artists. So just very proud of that. And of course, the Coco Taylor track is really a jewel. That was my pleasure to be able to make that record with her. I had known Coco for years. Used to see her play all the time in the 70s. used to be a big fan of hers, and sometimes would sit with her and Pops, her husband, during the breaks over at her shows.